Hey people, what's up? This is going to be a video about a um, kind of well, at the moment, it's gonna be like a kind of I guess controversial subject, or kind of unknown subject to some or whatever. Um, we're not really a subject, more so of a group, and by the title, of this video, I should tell you, the Illuminati. Um, this is not really about all the conspiracy stuff. This is more their purpose, their roots, where they come from, why they are here, or why they want to, what some know and some have seen, and do a search, you will find tons of information on them. But the point I'm trying to make is this is a magical channel. This is a channel about magic, and to focus on that is to understand magic and understand that this group does use magic. Now, as we all know, whether we like to admit it or not, and however we may see it, magic in itself has no good nor bad consequences, no power, no like nothing. It's just there. Okay, think of a knife. Okay, I have a knife, right? I can use it to make something, cut something, make food, prep food, that kind of thing. Or you can use it to kill. You can use it to kill someone. You can use it to hurt someone. That type of thing. Same with fire. Fire can be used as a tool and whatnot. A little different example with fire, though. Fire can burn you. Fire can burn down houses and stuff. It's the same thing. There's pretty much a good and a bad side to everything. There's a group does have vast magical knowledge, is very does all that, and the thing is they are using it for the bad, for the bad side of mankind. The question then becomes why. What would be the point of that? What would be the gain? Now, if you go back centuries, not be, way before what we know as, or what some know as, the Bible existed. If you go back in time. This group may be called different things, maybe not always known as Illuminati, which that name actually means enlightened beings, or enlightened senses, or whatever, in which they are. Um, this information has been hidden from the general public. The reason that many religions and many uh, media, all that kind of stuff, have symbolism in it, and I'm gonna save that's the symbolism part for another video. But they have all that symbolism in there, and that symbolism, again, itself, it has no power, no good nor bad. But again, I'll get into that another thing. But that's kind of all that. It's been seen in much media, many movies, TVs, everything. Um, and the question is, why do that? Well, magic is powerful. It does exist. It's literally everywhere. And again, that's either good or bad, however you want to look at it. Um, it's pretty much on everything. Our dollar bill has the pyramid on it, the what some believe to be the Illuminati pyramid, the all-seeing eye, which again I will cover in more later. But just because of that, it doesn't it's basically they're saying that they're in charge of the world. They're in charge, and we are nothing. Well, that is entirely not true. Well, true to some, because some people choose to not really listen to what exists in all of us. Magic isn't really something that is kind of unique or gifted to one person. The world population is roughly 6 to 9 billion. I don't know exactly. And every single one of these people all have magic abilities. We are all part. We are all conscious. We are all part of this. The only thing is, due to selection, due to programming, due to all this religious crap, few don't realize it. But just because they don't realize it doesn't mean they're not practicing. If you look at many religions have magical practices. They just go under a different name. They just go under a different disguise. For example, today is Ash Wednesday, which is a pagan origin. Look at what's coming up. Easter, pagan holiday. All these holidays are of pagan origin. And the reason they wanted to kind of keep the holiday celebrations or whatever and kind of take away the magic aspects in them was very simple. Keep the holidays, take away, that's it, take away the magic aspects, and make people think, this is just a Christian-based holiday, like Christmas, that, you have, which is, of course, a winter solstice or Yule, that you have a Christmas tree, wreaths, all that stuff, and it's just, pretty decorations and celebrating Christ and all that stuff or whatever. When in reality, the thing is, whether people realize it or not, whether you're actively performing a ritual and you realize it or not, by doing all that, you still are enacting ritualistic energies. The energy will still be there. You will still have that energy. But many are not aware of this. So they just go about doing whatever and whatever traditions they do, which is fine because, most people, it's generally peaceful people that celebrate Christmas. So there's really no bad thing, I guess, to worry about there. But it's just kind of, I don't know the word, it's kind of irritating that many people think that all these holidays just came from their religion, such as Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, when in actuality all these religions are pretty much connected. That the simple act of wine and communion, the eating of wafers, is a pagan tradition. All these practices are a pagan tradition. Now, why exactly would they want to keep the religious aspects and kind of make people think that these were their practices? Well, that's very simple. To keep the people dumbed down. To keep the people not aware of their magical potential. But slowly, little by little, people are once again coming back to their magical potential. If you look at the magic, if you look at time, there was once a time where magic flourished. Magic was, of course, again, good and evil, or good and bad, yin and yang, both sides of magic. But the point is, it was very active in the world. And somewhere along the line, it just kind of disappeared. Just like it's possible there could have been a time when things like dragons, unicorns, other mythical creatures, what we think of mythical creatures, may actually have existed because we had that sight, we had that mindset at one point to see them and to believe them. Slowly, little by little, the reason they don't really exist or don't maybe not exist on this plane anymore is because somewhere along the way, some of us or not enough people believed that they were here, and so they just kind of disappeared. Same with a lot of things. You always have to question: are things the way they seem? Are things mythical? Are we who we are? By that I mean the whole kind of point is to keep us. If all people, if all humans, or well, we are humans on this plane, but what we aspire to be, we're aware of their true potential, the ultimate power that we ourselves have unfathomable power that the rulers of the world would be very screwed. If you have, because for one, we outnumber them as it is. That alone, they know. That's why they have to stay in secret. That's why they, but little by little, they are feeling, oh, it's okay to come out and announce, whatever. No. See, because what they are practicing, what they are doing is dark magic, is destructive magic. And one thing, it may rule for a short period, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, 1,000 years, hell, even 1,000,000 years. But eventually, it will fade out. Because, as someone said, I forget in another channel, so I don't know exactly who quoted this or whatever, but you can go into a completely dark room, pitch black, can't see anything, you light a candle, it will light up the room. However, you cannot do the opposite. You cannot go into a light room and take something black and make it dark. It just won't happen. So, light will always prevail. Good will always prevail. There is a war slowly being formed, and this idea of world wars and stuff, it's just in my opinion, it's kind of a distraction to what's really going to be happening, and that's going to be the battle between good and bad. But the only difference is it's going to be the good practitioners of the craft versus the bad practitioners, and the good will outweigh the bad. So yeah, that's, I guess, it for now. If you have any comments or whatever, or any feedback, post below. Till then, thank you. Blessed be.